I'm going live right now, so keep that in mind. But yeah, that's okay. Just have your phone out and then I'm gonna make you the host and you'll be able to share your screen. Um okay. And then I'm gonna admit all these people. Admit, admit, admit. Okay. Let's see here.
Okay.
One more. Okay, good morning everybody. Okay, let's see.
They have to
John.
unmute, or do we have to unmute them? How?
Well, they'll
Oh,
unmute they'll unmute themselves
Good
um
Good
whenever they're
morning.
ready to talk.
oh, okay.
There we
Morning,
go.
Scott.
I'll say good morning to you, John. Good
Okay.
morning, buddy.
So, John, you're the host now, so you should be able to
Yes, I just admitted someone.
okay, you should be able to do that as well as share your screen so that you can share the slides.
Okay. Let's see, share.
Okay. Perfect.
Okay. Now, um,
Mhm.
oh, the slides in there, or do I have to?
I shared them with you. Do you want me to share them again?
Yes, please.
Okay. Give me a moment.
Bear with me, everyone.
Said I want you to come down here and get me and bring me back up to the office.
On Wednesday, hopefully. That's my next class.
No,
Open
right now.
houses.
No, right now, John. Bring you a sled.
Yeah.
Ugh, hold on, John.
And
Generate. Mm,
I think I have it in my,
capture leads with open houses, right?
yeah, but no, not this one. That's next
That's.
week or That's Wednesday.
Oh, I thought that was today. I named the thing wrong.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Is it lead generation?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
Okay, here.
Okay. Oh, wait, you found it.
Yeah, I found it.
Whatever. Okay.
Can they see that? Can everyone see this?
Yep. Just make a big
Okay.
screen.
Make it
Click,
big. Let's see.
click slideshow. Top right. Oh,
Oh,
top right. Yep, there you go. And then you should be able to use the arrows on your computer to go through them, or you can click the right side of the slide or whatever, and it'll take you through.
okay. All
Okay,
right.
I'm gonna get out. So, bye, everybody. Let me know if you
See
need
ya.
anything.
Thanks.
Yep.
All righty. See here. How's everybody doing this morning?
Glad to
Good.
be here and not in the office.
Yeah.
Doing good.
Anybody been out in this weather?
We have a
Me
Actually,
either.
neighbor that's an old lady, and we've been walking. Yesterday, we walked her dog 3 times. So we volunteered to do that for until the snow is gone. So it's been interesting.
Well, there you go. It's all about helping people out. Okay, we're going to do lead generation, of course. Next thing on Ignite. Believe how many people did their 10-5-1, the social media stuff? Are y'all doing that after every class?
No, I have not.
You're not?
I have. I've been doing the 10 likes, 5 comments, and 1 DM, and it's been pretty um surprising how much people are engaging.
Yes. Yes. It's not, and what I tell a lot of people, it's not rocket science, but you have to do the steps, just like lead gen. Everybody has a fear of it, but, like Gary Keller said, the fear of losing out or missing or failing is worse. Okay. Let's see. Okay. The 4 parts are, of course, real estate expert, lead generation, lead follow up, and transaction. Today, we begin our lead generation segment. We must find people to work with. These people are known as leads, and they fuel your business growth in the present and in the future. Leads are responsible for growth, potential, and protect you against market shifts. Lead generation plus lead follow up, our next big segment, are the fundamentals of real estate. And follow up is important. A lot of people, and it says, the market shifts and everything. There's things you can't control and there's things you can control. Lead generation is one you can definitely control. You don't want your business to take too many dips. So I got in a lot of times. I would get in there and I'd get a handful of deals under contract, and I'd be working on those and I'd forget my lead gen. And then the next 2 months I'd be down again. Then I'd have to work up again. So lead gen and follow up are very, very important. Okay. Let me get this here. Okay. All right. See, of course, we have you, which you're the lead generator, lead generation model, your sphere of influence, expanding your SOI, lead gen best practices, recap and ahas, and success system. Let's see here. Okay. For some reason, this is not moving to the next page. Okay. There's Gary saying, my fear of failure was greater than my fear of lead generating. Can anyone relate to that? Okay, 6 core competencies of a business. Anyone want to read these? Or I'll read these. Sorry. Lead generate, capture, and convert to appointments. Lead generate, present to buyers and sellers and get agreement. Lead generate, show buyers and market sellers. Lead generate, write and negotiate contracts. Lead generate, coordinating the sale to closing. Lead generate, manage the money. Lead generate, lead generate. That's your number one job. And follow up, of course. See here. It is understandable that there is a lot of fear around lead generating, even though we all know it is the most important aspect of our business. Who is having any of these thoughts as we dig into lead generation? There's no pressure. Any participants? Did I put everyone to sleep?
Well, I'll say,
Thanks,
but
Carol.
I haven't started lead generation yet because I'm just now starting my real estate classes. So I'm doing these simultaneous, the lead generation and Ignite. So I really haven't started the lead generation, but I'm looking at this and I'm thinking, this is me.
Well, good deal. Yes. And it's a lot if you're starting the classes and everything, which most important thing is, I believe is to concentrate on that. But yeah, lead generation, it's pretty important. I fall behind on that sometimes myself. Anybody that hasn't spoken yet want to talk about how they feel about lead generation?
I can go. This is
Thanks,
Casey.
Casey.
Hi. So, obviously I moved here from California and I was an agent in California for 10 years. And when I first started, I started with cold calling. And it's funny because I would spend 2 hours to cold call in the morning and then the rest of the day crying because people are really, really mean on the phone. But it's what you have to do to generate business.
Yes, I agree. People can be like that. And what I like to call them is, or telephone tough guy. On the phone they can treat someone like that, but face to face, the majority of them wouldn't, respond that way. Cold calling is not the only way. You can do cold calling, of course, but there's other things as far as lead generation. You can lead generate anytime you go anywhere. A good way to one way lead generate, try to capture people, just talking to them, about their job or about their family. You can also, lead generate when you're doing open houses. You can call your sphere of influence, your database, um, stuff like that. So there's many ways to lead generate, but yes, cold calling is tough. So what did you do after that? Since that didn't seem to work out, or did you continue to do that?
So I try everything. So, I was living in a new city, just like the same situation here. So I cold call, I door knock, and I start do I for some reason I was never really good at open house. I think just because maybe I feel like I was there bothering them. So farming was really good for me and just building organic connections with people.
Okay, yes. Yeah, and that's the thing. Some of us, now see, I'm the opposite as far as open houses go. I love to talk to people. I know you can't tell on this, but I love to talk to people and I love open houses. Just like anything else, a lot of it's in the follow-up. Like open houses, there's 7 or 8 steps you have to take, before the open house, during the open house, the follow-up afterwards. There's several things. So the farming did well for you.
Yeah, the farming did really well. I think, I hope it's not in my head, but in the Bay Area where I was living, people think that they are really smart. So we work with a lot of engineers. And so when they come to the open house, they think they know everything. So they don't want you to they feel like you're bothering them. I just, yeah. So it's interesting, but I'm excited to see how people hear when I do open houses.
Well, I'll tell you, it's the same thing pretty much
Yeah.
here with engineers.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah, but farming works really well. So I picked an area with a high turnover. And I door in the beginning, I have no money. So the weather is really good in California. It's not like here. I feel like we're like shelter in place, like COVID all over again. Um,
yeah,
so I would go door dropped. Because door knock wasn't really, good use of time. So I would drop every month. I pick like 300 to 500 homes. I drop 1 to 2 times a month, and that works really, really well.
okay, good deal. Well, thanks for sharing. Appreciate that. Let's see. I think
Casey,
lead
can you
generation.
explain what dropping means? What were you dropping?
So in the beginning, I would drop like market updates, recipes, um, like events, like city events or whatever. But I start to realize after, a couple of years, people only care about market updates. So you can go on MLS and you can go the past. So let's say this is January, you can go back to December and you go, how many home in that specific area were sold, active, or pending, and you list it out. You put on a sheet and you give it to them. And it's funny enough, a lot of listing appointment that I go on, people think you sell all those homes. People think you're doing so well, and it's a great way to get business.
Yeah, Renee, there's a whole thing on farming. Same thing with open houses and everything. Yeah, if that's going to be your play, yeah, that's several things to do with that. Okay, thanks again. Appreciate that. Guess what? These are the exact fears that Gary Keller had when he started out in the business. You can read about it in Shift, the Shift book on page 52. Okay. I think lead generation is really difficult. I don't have time to lead generate. I don't know what to say. I'm afraid of making mistakes. And this is what he discovered to erase his limiting thinking. Jot these down in your participant guide. I think lead generation is really difficult. I was confusing effort with enjoyment. Lead generation is actually easy. It's just not fun. Which that's what a lot of people don't want to do in this business. They just want to do the fun stuff, not the, you know, actual work that needs to get stuff done. I don't have time to lead generate. I had an issue of making time to lead generate and protecting that time. I don't know what to say. I had to get on the path of mastering the dialogue skills needed in this business. I'm afraid of making mistakes, which we all make mistakes we learn from. I found that lead generation is nothing more than a set of tasks and skills that are well documented. Okay. Okay. And finally, he discovered that time on the task over time was a simple secret to his success. And protecting your time, stuff like that is, I found that set a certain amount of like contacts, two-way conversations that you want to make each day, and don't pick an overwhelming amount. You can start with 10, build on that, set aside some time. You'll find that people do want to talk to you. That's another limiting belief. People don't think they want to talk with them. Like you were saying earlier, Casey, people seem like you were bothering them. Some, yes, but not everyone. Lead generation is the number one key to being successful in real estate. It doesn't matter how great you are at selling houses. If no one knows you're in the business of selling houses, and if they do not feel connected to you in any way, has them reach out when they are ready to sell, why are you in real estate? I've got great news though. You already have two key components to lead generation: a sphere of influence, or SOI, and a database. Who here has heard of sphere of influence, SOI? What is it?
It's kind of like the people that are in your community that you maybe grew up with, family, friends, coworkers, past coworkers.
Yes. Thanks, Sophia. Appreciate that. It's a group of people that you know and who know you, group of people you know, like, and trust, and therefore they are people most likely to do business with you. How do you access this group? With your phone, most likely. And I don't mean just texting. I know a lot of the younger generation, they want to do a lot of texting, but an actual phone conversation goes much farther. Okay. Say in your database, if you have 250 contacts, potential closing, it's about, let's see, was that 8%? Okay, everyone get out your phone, go to your contacts. Everybody do that? Now scroll down to the bottom. At the bottom of your contact list, you should have a total number of contacts in your phone. Write down that number on line A in your participant guide. According to National Association of Realtors, NAR, the typical person moves every 8 years. And according to the 2020 census, the home ownership rate in the U.S. is 64.8%. If we can assume that 64.8% of your database is a homeowner and they will move every 8 years, this means that about 8.1% of your database will buy, sell, or buy and sell a home every 8 years. Let's use these numbers to figure out how many people you already know who are going to buy or sell this year. To do this, multiply the number of contacts in your database by 0.081 and put the result on line B. Okay. Okay. Okay, let's use these numbers to figure out how many people you already know who are going to buy or sell. On line B, go ahead and round down so we can be conservative. In the example on the side, if you know 250 people, it is likely that 20 of them will buy or sell a house this year. Everybody caught up to that point? Anybody not there? Okay. Now let's go farther. Let's assume that all the people in your SOI, 10% of them refer you a client this year. That seems doable, right? On line C, multiply your number by contacts by 1. This is how many referrals you would get if just 10% of your people you know referred business to you. Now on line D, add line B to line C. You get your potential sales for this year just from your SOI and pretty conservative number of people that could refer to you. Now let's take the number of home sales by those you know and trust and the people you can multiply by the typical commission here. Typical commission around our central Kentucky. Who can tell me what that is?
It's between 5 and 7,000.
So you're saying it's about 7,000, Scott? I was thinking it was a little higher, but we'll go with that, 7,000.
I was thinking somebody said 7,500 the other day in one of the videos, so that's just where I got that at.
Okay.
It was
Oh
7,500
yeah, I didn't hear
actually.
the 7,500. You're right. Sorry. It cut out on me. All right. Now multiply that by your potential number there, and that's your income opportunity. Would anybody like to share their numbers? Come on, somebody wants to share other than Scott. I appreciate you, Scott, but I know there's other people in here.
Mine was 267,000.
267.
Yes.
Okay, it's saying accounting firm on your, who are
Oh,
you?
okay. This is Sophia. I'm so sorry. That's for some reason it is still using my previous name from my previous job. Let me see if I
Okay,
can
all
change.
right. Yeah, I thought you were on there already and then it showed up. Okay.
I actually ended up switching to my iPad instead of my phone so I could do the calculation. I'm so sorry about that.
Oh, that's all right. Not a problem. Not a problem.
Let me
Let's see
change my name
here.
on here.
Okay. Okay. Sorry about that. I just had to get all the participants' names in there. Anybody else want to share their numbers? Are you scared of those numbers? Did it surprise you? Anybody? Okay, I've lost half the group. Okay,
Mine calculates about 200.
200. Okay, good deal. Thanks for sharing, Robert. Appreciate you. Okay. See here. Think about those numbers there. Look at it. A device you already use daily has the potential to become a powerful tool for your business. You just have to do the work. We already covered how many people you have in your phone and how many potential sales they represent the next year. Your contact list is a database. If we're going to be in a relationship with our contacts in a professional sense, we need to have them organized and accessible in a smart database. Though your phone may be smart, it's unlikely that your database is yet. Okay. Today we will touch a little bit on feeding your database. In the session, we will cover how to make your database smart. You have an SOI, a database, and you've been generating leads from the database by communicating with it strategically. How have we already been lead generating in this class? What tool or system have we been using?
The 10-5-1 social media method.
Yes. Thanks, Sophia. Any ahas so far? How might you shift your mindset to overcome your fears about lead generation process?
I think the quote that you or the idea that you mentioned from Gary Keller about how lead generation is just another set of tasks. It doesn't have to be, this big daunting thing that you have to do, but it's just a task that you kind of set on your calendar and make yourself do.
Yes. And it's just like anything else. It becomes easier and easier the more you do it. It's that old saying, that first step is the hardest. And it was like that for me. I didn't take lead generating serious when I first started. But eventually you have to. I mean, if you want to survive and be successful, the path to self mastery takes time. Learning new habits and skills takes time. So take time to acknowledge the journey you are on and celebrate the small wins. Okay.
Can I make a comment about that?
Exactly. Yes, sir.
So going back to the generation stuff. So, when I first started, 5 years ago, I really figured because I had such a large sphere of people that I knew, and I'm like you, I talk to a tree my wife says all the time. And I found that I was so disheartened because of all the people that I knew, I just automatically assumed that if they sold a property or listed a property, or wanted to buy one, they'd call me. And that just does not happen. And most of my business came from people that I didn't even know, but I'd reached out and met outside of just my close circle, I should say, I guess. So that was my biggest thing is, going back to those folks again is my biggest, I guess, hiccup because I figured that they never used me to begin with and they probably won't now. So I almost hate to even call them.
Well, you can get just because they didn't use you the first time or something or refer you the first time, you can still reconnect, and build that relationship. and remind them that you are in real estate. I was the same way. Um, people just don't know. It's like your dentist, you don't think of your dentist all the time until, you have a toothache. But if your dentist called you on a regular basis, you would think of them, right? Now that you have already begun lead generating, you have a database and an SOI. Let's dig into the most important model of your business, the lead generation model. Lead generation. You will hear this over and over again throughout your career. It really is the most important activity, along with follow-up. It's the first thing you need to know to start your real estate business, and it's the last thing you will give up doing yourself thing. You will give up doing yourself if you decide to start a team and leverage your business to the point that you are no longer involved in the day-to-day running of it. Think about that. What are we learning today? What we are learning today is the foundation for a million, multi-million, or even billion-dollar business. This is also why your time each day completing your daily success system, along with your peers and facilitator, is so important. Okay. As you've learned, Keller Williams has a model for everything it makes sense that there would be a model for your number one job, lead generation. Though it may look complicated, it's about one thing: relationships. You are in a relationship business. The more relationships you have, the more business you have. The model tells us how to get into relationship with business, with people, stay in relationship with them, and be their real estate expert of choice to buy and sell real estate. Lead generation is simply getting people into your database so you can track your relationship with them. As you can see at the top of the model, there are two different activities that can bring leads into your database: prospecting and marketing. You can never have too many leads. A lot of leads or quantity of leads gives you good quality leads. Prospecting and marketing are lead generation activities that deliver leads into your database. Okay, turn to your prospecting versus marketing page in your participation guide. Everyone do that? I see some hands or something.
Yes.
Thank you. Julie, are you here?
Yes, I'm here.
Okay, thanks. How's it going?
Okay.
Okay. It is best practice to generate leads through a prospecting-based, marketing-enhanced approach. Prospecting is proactive and direct. You're actively searching for leads. Prospecting, low cost, no method. Low cost to no method. The cost method yields a quantity of leads, which in turn gives you quality leads, establishes personal relationships, keeps you in direct contact with the market of the moment, increases your confidence and skill. With marketing, you're putting your information out there to attract leads through sources like social media or print ads, radio ads, promotional materials, etc. We will talk a bit more about this in some of the other sessions. The market, your preferences, your budget, and your goals will usually dictate the type of lead generation you employ. Top agents track their most productive lead sources, which usually are SOI, repeat business, referrals, and offline advertising, direct mail, yard signs. No single approach or method will bring you all the leads you need to reach your goals. A blended approach works best. No matter your approach, you should always be offering some form of value in exchange for information. That information is what you need to continue the relationship. This reminds me of a point my mentor told me when I first started. Don't give them all the information at one time. If you give them all the information, then what do they need you for? So just give them what they're asking for, maybe a little bit more, but don't give them everything all at once. Also, though you won't rely on a single source for lead generation, you also aren't going to do all of them. The most productive agents focus on their 3 to 5 top producing lead sources. In Ignite, we're going to focus mainly on prospecting because we know successful lead generation is prospecting based. Prospecting is also less expensive, and prospecting is what protects your business when the market slows down. Even more specifically, we will focus on prospecting with your SOI. Okay, a database is a container that holds the information on your leads and contacts. A smart database, data bank, I like to call it data bank, allows you to have planned and meaningful communication with your database. As you gather people's information through prospecting or marketing, or have generated the lead, the next step is to put that information into your database. A database is simply a container that holds the information for all the leads you have generated. If you are looking for a cost-efficient tool to build out your smart database, Keller Williams has you covered with Command. Command is more than a database. With this platform, you have access to interconnected tools to support you from lead to close, all while maintaining your relationships. A smart database provides you with the ability to have planned and meaningful communication with those in it, which keeps you in a relationship. We can think of your smart database as a data bank because it generates money for you. There is nothing more valuable to your business than your data bank. Okay, who's using Command on a regular basis? Good deal, Scott. Anyone else?
Yes.
Thanks, Renee. Has it made a difference? What's one thing that you're using in there? Or do you have an
So,
aha about your database?
so when I'm farming, I get as much information as I can from each person at the door, and I enter that in the about for them. So the next month when I go to their door, I know their name, their dog's name, as much information as I could glean from them, and then I just add to it every month.
Great, good deal. Great example, thanks. Yeah, you can put notes in there and task and everything. It's pretty useful. We use the terminology of leads and contacts to categorize people in our database. So far in your success system time, you've been communicating with your sphere of influence, or SOI, people you know and who know you. These people are contacts with whom you have implicit permission to have two-way conversations. Leads are people who have shown interest in the service you offer and have provided a way for you to contact them. However, they have not yet engaged in a two-way conversation with you. Example here, leads are people who have earned the right to at least have a one-way conversation with. Contacts, people you've held a two-way conversation with and whom you've established a value-based relationship with. So what are more examples of leads you can think of? Maybe people you follow on social media. Anybody? I know I've put y'all to sleep.
One thing that I have not done, but I followed another local real estate agent on Instagram, and right away they messaged me, if you're looking for any real estate information, or if you need help finding a house, anything like that, like reach out to me. So I thought that was a really neat way to just, reach out to followers on your Instagram or Facebook or whatever it may be, and just like let them know, that you're an agent and that you can help them out.
Yes. Thanks, Sophia. What about people you meet at an open house? We discussed that earlier. People in your neighborhood. I think, Renee, you're doing a pretty good job of that. I mean, I wish I lived in your neighborhood so you can come over and walk my dogs. It's cold outside. See, that's why I like the class. Okay. Our database is organized into these two buckets, leads and contacts, because the way you communicate with each segment is unique. Okay. Okay, relationships must be attended to, cared for, and cultivated. Once you have a lead, you need to create a relationship with that person. For contacts, you want to sustain and strengthen your relationships. This is just an introduction into what sustaining relationships look like, since we have a whole section on lead follow-up later in Ignite. Sustaining our relationships is what we see in the model as cultivating contacts for conversion. When we say conversion, we mean to move them from a lead or contact to an appointment. Converting a lead or contact to an appointment means that your client has the intent to buy or sell real estate. Look to the types of lead generation touches in your participation guide. Each time you reach out to a person in your database, that communication is called a touch. A purposefully planned series of touches is called a campaign. A coordinated campaign of touches over time puts you front and center in people's minds when they think of real estate. These touches are how we nurture and strengthen our relationships. Having someone in your database doesn't make them your client. Reaching out to them consistently and systematically with value and deepening your relationship will lead them to choose to be your client. One way to consistently and systematically reach out to your database is through automated touches. Within Command, you have access to smart plans and opportunities. These tools provide you with the option to automate your emails, text messages, and even set up notification to remind you to call your leads and contacts. I started out with a 24 touch campaign with some emails and smart plan. And then I moved up. I think now I'm about at 60 touches for each person each year. So just like anything else, don't let it overwhelm you. Think of ways you can reach out to them and then just build on that. And put people in your database. Put them in
Jump.
there as soon as you meet them. Don't wait, because it's the same thing. Like, you wait, then it gets overwhelming.
Yeah.
And it's so much easier to put them in your database right away. Sorry, go ahead. Were you saying something, Carol? You're
Oh,
muted.
I was.
Oh,
Um, I was saying I met a realtor when he first started in the business. I met him in church. He has stayed in contact with me on a regular basis. I've watched him get married, have children. I feel like a part of his network, even though I've really never talked to him, but he has kept me in the loop on everything. And prior to becoming a realtor myself, I probably would have called on him to buy or sell a house because he stayed in touch with me. I felt like I knew him.
yeah,
At least
that's a great point. Thanks for sharing that. Appreciate it. Yeah, everybody's busy nowadays, but you stay top of mind. They might not, refer anybody or anything for 2 or 3 years, but then all of a sudden, somebody mentions something about real estate and you come to mind because you've kept in touch with them with emails, maybe quarterly phone calls, social media. Yes, great point. Thanks, Carol. Your database will generate leads in the form of new, repeat, or referral business. The final piece of the model is the client and referral loop. Once the lead is converted to a contact, they can provide either new or repeat business, or they can provide referrals. Referrals are great also. Why do you think this part of the model is referred to as a loop? Anybody? Anybody that has not participated? Did I lose some people? Tammy, are you there? Robert? No, no participants? Okay. All right.
Is
I
it a
have
loop?
lost.
Oh, there we
I have
go.
lost the room.
Is it a loop because it just keeps feeding around and around?
Yes. Yeah. Just like new, repeat, or referral. Keeps, yeah. You reach out to them. This is referred to a loop because regardless of the business they bring you or how long it takes them to bring you business, they continue to stay in your database. It is your job to continue to build and develop your relationship over time until they're ready to transact again or provide additional referral business. Okay, lead generation never ends, is best when time blocked and determines the size of your business. As you nurture your leads and contacts and continue to lead generate for new sources of business, you will either be transacting from new, repeat, and or referral business. The most important thing to remember is the lead generation. Lead generation is something that never ends, should be time blocked for the best result. Determine the size of your business, and essentially it is the how that will help you reach the goals for starting your career, this career. In our last section today, we're going to discuss time blocking for lead generation. Any ahas? I got one. Monotone puts us to sleep, doesn't it? No ahas? Okay.
I didn't know the difference between a lead and a contact, and that makes sense.
Oh, okay. Yes, there is a difference. And a lot of people think they're the same, but of course you can see they're not. That's why it says you can never have enough leads turn into quality. In the previous sessions of Ignite, we have touched upon your sphere of influence. Today, we will be digging deeper into your SOI and why it is so important for your business. Here is a hint. Your SOI is likely to be your biggest source of new, repeat, and referral business. But how? Your sphere of influence are the people in your life that you influence and who influence you. These can be close relationships like your close friends and family, or more distant connections like your child's friends, parents, a former coworker, a neighbor, or mom's friend from college. I know there's one of our agents in our market center that she does quite a bit with her kids are in soccer, and she's built a pretty good relationship, pretty good business with a lot of the soccer parents. It is important to connect with your current SOI systematically, efficiently, and effectively. We're going to get into that a lot over the rest of Ignite. In order to get the most out of your follow-up, you want to get the most people into your sphere. Well, let me do that first. Okay. All right, here's categorizing your sphere of influence. Let's expand beyond your immediate relationships. One way to expand your SOI is to change how you think about the relationships and you around you. Let's look at these 15 categories and see if we can expand on the roles or relationships you may have within each category. Of course, everybody, immediate family, friends, relatives, neighbors, like Renee's doing, Casey was talking about, with the geo farming and stuff, past coworkers, hobby, sports groups. That's a good one also because, doing a hobby or, joining a sports group that you like, it's easy. You're not out there, it's something you like. You can relate to the people around you, the ones doing the, same activities and everything. Um, Teachers, past teachers, your kids' teachers, grandkids' teachers, professional services like doctors, therapists, dog trainers, dog walkers, financial and legal services like attorney, accountant, even bank teller, home and auto, landscaper, painter, car detailer, housekeeper, real estate services, photographer, appraiser, lender. Other could be the owner of any small business you utilize, your children or grandchildren's parents. And a lot of these, like, uh, the professional services, the personal services, the financial and, legal services, you can also keep them in your database, and you can also use those professionals like to reach out to some of your clients and say, hey, do you have a financial advisor? I have a great financial advisor, and you can connect them. That's another way you can help build your database and help serve your clients. Not just that's a great way to offer, something of value, and they'll remember that. Okay, categorize your sphere of influence. As you think about these 15 categories, let's take 2 minutes to quickly jot down some people that are in your SOI that you don't think are in your phone. Try your best to add one person to each category. I'll give y'all a couple of minutes to brainstorm on that. Y'all have this in your participant guide, right? It's here.
We have it.
Okay. Everybody working on that? Probably working on other things also. Let's see. Okay, count the names you wrote down. Who would like to share how many extra names they came up with? I didn't say anybody. You noticed I said who wants to share. Come on, somebody that hasn't shared. Let me know you're actually out there. Tammy.
Hello, Mr. John.
Hi, Tammy. How's it going?
I'm doing good. I'm making a big pot of veggie soup. And so I'm watching you and I'm hearing everything and I'm actually taking notes. So my apologies here.
That's okay. That's okay. Not a problem.
Yes.
Vegetables, it's a good time for vegetable soup.
It is. Well, I spent the last 2 days not wanting to cook, waiting to see if the electric went out. I think all of us have been on edge. But anyhow, I missed the assignment or whatever the task is right here. What were you asking for?
Names that, let's see, we were talking about uh, the 15 categories. It's in your participant guide of people that you can think of that are in your SOI that you don't think are in your phone.
That are in your SOI, but not in your phone. I could not come off of that.
Yeah, that's a tough one. That's why I was asking if anybody came up with anything.
But I understand where you categorize it.
What's that?
I'm sorry. I think we lost reception there. I said, I understand the need to categorize it, but pretty much everybody that's in my SOI is in my phone. So to differentiate, I don't
That's
think.
exact. That's what we're getting at. Everyone
Ah,
that's in your phone should be in there.
okay. Gotcha. So go through the phone.
Yeah.
It's interesting when you go through your phone. I did it for the Valentine's giveaway.
Yeah.
And I recalled some people that I have completely forgotten about that were not on my SOI. So they've got to be added. So anyhow, I'll go ahead and mute. I am here, John, and I am paying
Okay.
attention. Yeah,
All
no,
right.
no, I appreciate this. This is good information. Thank you for
All
doing
right.
it on this snowy day.
All right. You're welcome. You're welcome.
Okay, I'll mute.
All right. I'll let you get back to your soup. Let us know how it turns out.
I'll be listening the whole time, multitasking, John. I will.
Okay. All right. Thanks. And that's another way, as far as your database, your data bank, people in your phone, then you put them in there. That's another easy way to reach out to them, give them a call and say, hey, I'm updating my database or my system. I don't have your birthday. I don't have your home address. I'd like to send you something, information on the market, update things, update statuses on the market, send them a birthday card. So that's an easy way to reach out to them. Okay. Are you ready to shift your mindset yet again? Who is ready to shift their perspective to help build their business? Nobody? Okay. I think some of y'all are, just not sure. Okay, great.
I think any of us here, this is Tammy, any of us here in Ignite are wanting to do that. We just got to put forth the effort, John. You got to kick
Oh,
us,
yeah.
ignite us.
Yes. Great. I want you to think back to your day yesterday, other than the snow. I'm sure that's what we're all thinking about. We're going to take just a couple minutes to think back on it from the time you got up to the time you went to bed. When you woke up, what you did, call your mom, look at the news on your phone, check your email, wake your kids up, grab your workout clothes, maybe go for a run. I don't think anybody wanted to go for a run in that snow. In your participant guide, can you write down, just jot down a few of your activities? Okay. Now I want you to look at your list and write down who you interacted with or spoke to during these moments. Don't include yourself, because I know we all talk to ourselves. It's when you argue with yourself, that's the problem. Who was the first person you interacted with? Did you have a conversation? What did you talk about? Who did you email? Who did you call or who called you? Who did you say hi to? Give an order to or smile at? Did you wave at your child's friend's mother? At drop off? Did you smile at the barista? And you can go back to Friday because I know, going back to yesterday, Most of us were in the house. Oh, here's one, Renee. Did you say hi to your neighbor while walking your dog?
Yes, I ran into two other people in my farm. One was shoveling, two of them were shoveling snow, and so we got to stop and talk more. So that was awesome.
Good deal. Did you ask them if they would shovel your driveway?
Oh, no, but one of them gave my husband an idea of how to do something, create a channel for flowing water. I don't know, nonsense.
Oh, okay. All right. See, that's helping each other out. Okay, you have identified the activities and people you interacted with. Now I want you to think about these interactions. Could you deepen your relationship with those people? Could you have smiled at the neighbor and politely said, you know, we see each other every day and I don't know your name. I'm John. Of course you could. We just don't do it. Most of us don't. What about those you didn't interact with? Could you have smiled and said good morning to the barista rather than just ordering? Yes, you could. It's time to change the way you think about your days. You aren't just running errands, you're meeting potential buyers and sellers. You aren't just ordering coffee, you're creating a relationship with the people who help you and are ready to buy or who help you. And because of that relationship, you may be poised to help them the day they are ready to buy or sell real estate. Your job is to meet and connect with people. If you think about it, that's kind of amazing. Okay. Well, we're not in the classroom, so we can't really do that. Okay, let's go here. Bold law. Change the way it's supposed to be. Change the way you look at things, and the things you look at change. As you saw in the last exercise, sometimes all you need to do is think about things from a different angle and you can achieve more. You found more members of your SOI simply by viewing them as categories of people you know. At KW, we have a coaching program called Bold that you'll have the opportunity to experience at some point. Bold stands for business objective, a life by design. One of the great things about Bold is that it helps you create a mindset of abundance and growth. Bold helps you shift your mindset using bold laws. This is one of those laws. Change the way you look at things, and things you look at change. What you just did with the 15 categories was a simple example of changing how you look at things, and things you look at change. You changed how you look at those you know, and were able to find more people by doing so. Being a successful agent is about finding more people to help you and serve in buying or selling their homes. When you change how you look at the world, you will find more of those people that you can help. Any ahas? Okay. Any questions about anything we've covered so far? Man, I sure hope we're able to get to the office. Let's see. We've now talked about the lead generation model and why your SOI is one of the most important lead generation sources you have. We've also talked about just how many people are already in your SOI and expanded it by shifting how you think about it. Are you ready to expand your SOI even further? Yes, we are. A good touch campaign consists of several types of interactions, face-to-face, email, handwritten notes. In order to complete these touches with everyone in your SOI and database, you need to have all their contact information. As we know we need to fill in information for our contacts. What type of information do we need? Anybody tell me what the main ones are? Okay.
Well, phone number, email, address.
Yes.
Occupation.
Yes, those are all good ones. Thanks.
Birthday's a good one too, that you can just reach out real nonchalant.
Yep.
Also, anniversaries are good for reaching out to people too. That way, lets them know you remember when the important days in their life came about.
Oh yeah. Home anniversaries also. Since you mentioned anniversaries, Robert, thanks. Contact information is important because we want to reach out to them in various ways. A handwritten card makes a big impact. Who doesn't like to receive a handwritten card? So much better than text. Yes, it's more expensive and time consuming than an email. A handwritten card may not be the best channel for a lot of information. Imagine mailing an update on the homes that have sold in your SOI's neighborhood versus sending an email. Just like we were talking about earlier, talking about sending stuff to your neighborhood SOI. Has the ability to click on the hyperlinks to learn more about your neighborhood. Not only do you want to want a contact information, you also want to gather their personal information. It's like we were talking about earlier, birthdays and anniversaries. It gives us something to reach out about to and helps us know them and their needs better. What type of personal information do you want? Birthday, we mentioned favorite color, where they're from, family status, kids' birthdays, hobbies, etc. If you know if you know if it's someone's birthday, you could always send them a card or a call. It's like we talked about earlier. Okay. It's the same with other personal information. Knowing they love to crochet allows you to see an article online and share it with them. Knowing they have kids lets you wish them a happy summer or drop off a rainy day, keep busy kit during the second straight week of rain when you know they are likely to be stressed out, or the snow. Sorry about that. Okay. Now that we know that's an easy way to reach out to your sphere, like I mentioned earlier. If you see it's someone's birthday on Facebook, direct message them to ask them for their address to send a card. If your neighbor is complaining about low water pressure, ask them for their phone number so you can share the contact of your favorite plumber. Always coming from contribution. Call your child's friend's mother that you know, like staying on top of what's going on in her neighborhood. Ask for her email address so you can set her up on a monthly neighborhood nurture email. These touches bring value to your contact's life. All you have to do is ask. Strengthen casual connections. Another way to expand your SOI is to pull those you have casual relationships with into closer proximity. We've already talked about this a bit when we went through your day. Start to see everyday life tasks and errands as an opportunity to get into relationship or closer relationships with people. Do you usually play games on your phone when not cheering on your daughter's soccer team? If so, put down the phone and talk to the parent next to you. I mentioned the soccer parent earlier. As we mentioned before, get the name of the business barista you see multiple times a week. All it takes is engaging with people. And people love to talk about themselves, so give them time to talk about themselves. These folks may or not be in the market for a home now, but don't forget that 8.1% of the people that know may be. Remember this is your career. If they buy a house this year, great. If they buy a house next year, great. If they refer you business or buy multiple times with you over the career, even better. It's like we were talking about joining groups or volunteering, hobbies, sports groups. Another great way to expand your SOI is to meet others with similar interests and values. If you love basketball, why not join a neighborhood league? Always wanted to help cleaning up the green spaces in your city? You can do that also. Real estate is a demanding career, and what career isn't? You're starting a new career. It's important to have a career you enjoy. Go ahead and align with your career with the interest and values, because those interests and values are what bring you into contact with like-minded people who need a place to live. It's easier to do that because it's things you know about, things you're interested in, things you want to learn about. It's much easier than something you dislike. Another great tip to expand your SOI is to wear your KW name and colors proudly. One of the largest mega agents in our company was forced to leave his entire business with a hurricane when a hurricane devastated his area. He and his wife picked up and moved to a place where they know no one. They started their lead generation by wearing their company shirts to the gym and around town. With their approachable demeanors and smiles, people asked them about their business. That gave them a perfect opportunity to tell people about real estate and help them build a business so large they now own several market centers. Change the way you look at things, and things you look at change. You no longer have errands. You have the opportunity to get relationships with people and learn how you can help them. Even if it weren't going to make you money, it sounds like a pretty good life. And you can also wear your name tag. A tip someone gave me when I first started is to wear your name tag either upside down or sideways or something. People will notice it more. Maybe somebody will say, hey, your name tag sideways or upside down. Easy way to start a conversation with them. referrals. When we discussed the lead generation model, we saw that your business will come from now, repeat and referral business. Remember, your SOI are those people who know you, your reputation, and your professionalism, and are likely to give you referrals. Like you, they know a lot of people and they have their own spheres of influence. And guess what? Most of your sphere wants to help you succeed at your real estate business and are eager to help. You need to be sure your sphere knows that you're in real estate and you want to work with their friends, family, coworkers, and acquaintances. You want to let them know that you would love for them to tell you if they know of anyone looking to buy or sell. Let's look at some conversation starters to see how simple it is to ask for referrals. Anybody want to read that first one?
I can read it. I am building my business on people I know and the people they know. Do you know of anyone from family or friends, work, your neighborhood, or a group you belong to who's thinking of buying, selling a home, or investing in real estate? I'd be pleased to be a resource for them.
Thanks, Carol. Appreciate that. Who wants to read the second one? I just need to know y'all are out there.
I can read it.
Thanks, Sophia.
If you hear of someone with a real estate need, will you keep me in mind and let me know right away?
There you go. Those are two easy ones. I am building my business on people I know and people they know. Y'all have those in your participation guide?
I don't see them.
Okay. All right.
I don't have it on mine either.
Yeah, I don't see them either. Yeah.
Okay. All
I
right.
took a screenshot.
Okay. Yeah, that's a good idea. Because those are two good ones. I wasn't sure if y'all had them in your participation guide. Everybody good with this one? Ready to move on? Okay. Okay. Training gets better with your feedback. Please give us your feedback. Event type. Instructor, John Bentley. We'd love your feedback. If y'all could take time to do that, it'd be great. That way they can give me pointers also. All right. Many of you might not know about KW Cares, but it's a really great, another great aspect of Keller Williams. Together, we empower, support, and uplift our KW family during times of hardship due to sudden emergencies. KW Cares is a 501c nonprofit dedicated to serving Keller Williams Realty Associates and their qualifying family members experiencing hardship as a result of a sudden emergency. Emergency grants up to $5,000, life-altering grants up to $30,000. We just had recently, last year, one of our agents, Patrick Arvin, had an an illness, had an emergency, and had to have an agent take over a lot of his business and help him out. And we raised money. And the KW Cares, they donate money. They usually match the fund up to a certain amount. KW Cares, I give to it with each transaction. That's another great thing with Command. I give a few dollars with each transaction. Doesn't sound like a whole lot. But if everyone gave a little bit, it would add up. And I have it, like I said, set automatically. It comes out of my transactions. I don't miss it. But if everybody would give just a little bit, it would go a long way. Okay, next gen is another one. Our mission is to empower and equip the next generation of leaders and entrepreneurs with the tools needed to remove limiting beliefs, take action, and live a big life. Serve young professionals and entrepreneurs looking to grow personally, professionally, and financially. We provide interactive learning experiences that help budding entrepreneurs, college students, and next generation leaders define their personal mission to a successful life through self-development events, coaching, and scholarships. That's another one that, a lot of us donate to. It can come out of your commission, your transactions. It's just like any other savings. You really don't, you don't miss it, but a lot goes a long way. And then we're in this business to help people and take care of people. Don't forget that. Okay. Now that you have a larger and deeper understanding of lead generation and its importance to your business, let's put it into action. As you begin your real estate career, there are some best practices that will help you establish a productive lead generation system. The best lead generation program will be one that you will be consistent with, that also delivers leads. And that's what I was talking about earlier. We mentioned about tracking your leads, and then you can do an audit, like the open houses. Not getting much out of that, but I'm getting more out of geo farming. So you want to put more into geo farming. Or you can put more into open houses if you still want to do the open houses. Just find a better way. But you have to do an audit of it also to see what's working, what's not working. You got to treat it, it's a business. Diversify your database. Mention that just now also, and be consistent. Like I said, even if you start out for, you have 30 minutes a day, have some people that you're going to call, and for 30 minutes, call as many as you can, try to get those conversations in and speak to them about, like right now is a great time. Hey, just checking in, see if y'all have any issues going on. I know the temperatures aren't going to get much better. If you need a great plumber, if you have any, issues with pipes or water or anything, I have great contacts for a plumber. Don't hesitate to reach out, that type of stuff. As you begin your real estate career, there are some best practices that will help you establish a productive lead generation system. The best lead generation program will be the one that's consistent and also delivers leads. Keep track of where your leads are coming from. Audit your lead sources to determine what your top lead sources are. It is best practices to focus on your top 3 to 5 resources. Diversify your database. An openness to diverse client database opens opportunities. Diversifying your database today brings more leads today and exponential future growth. Diversify is not one thing, for example. Race. Diverse is what makes each one of us unique. We're all the same, but we're different, thank goodness. It's about our cultural backgrounds, experiences, personalities, and beliefs. It includes race, nationality, gender, physical and mental ability, spiritual and religious beliefs, class, sexual orientation, and more. A diverse database and SOI prepares your business for changes in the market. The broader and more inclusive your client pool, the more ready you will be for changes from demographic shifts to new trends in the real estate industry. Be consistent and lead generate every day. Like I said, just start out small if you have to. You'll build on it. Time block your lead generation time. Prepare, take action, maintain. Refer to your participant guide. There's one additional best practice, that is time blocking your lead generation time and protecting that time block. How will you ensure that your lead generation time is a priority? Have you been making your daily success system a priority? Anybody been working on that, making that a priority? Okay.
Just trying to get it completed. That's all.
Yep. There you go. You don't have to do all of it every day, but do something. Top agents time block lead generation. Most top agents lead generate for 3 or more hours a day. That's why I said start small if you have to. Don't make it overwhelming. If you want to do 30 minutes, start with 30 minutes, but do something. It's best to schedule a lead generation time that it is. Take action on your job one before anything else. Block this time in your calendar as essential. It's as important to your business as brushing your teeth every morning is to your health. You've been doing this on your daily success system since the beginning of Ignite, and you will continue with this schedule after Ignite for your entire career. This time consists of several activities: preparing your mindset to success, practice a conversation with a partner, prepare a call list in advance of contacting people, have conversations, maintain an up-to-date database by putting in notes from your conversation, follow up on any commitments or promised made. One good thing you can do that helps with time that I have to do is it takes me a little while to write things down. So I go into Google Docs and you can record your call with that person, and it writes down what you're saying, what they're saying. It's great. Then you can go back and look at your notes later. Battle distractions, protect your time block. Build a bunker, store provisions if you need water, a snack. Sweep for minds, check things that are going to get in the way, get them out of the way, and enlist support. Like, if you have to at home, kids are home, everyone, ask your wife if she can take care of the kids for 5 to 10 minutes. Or not 5 to 10 minutes, but 15, 20, 30 minutes. Also, maybe not in this kind of weather, but ask your husband to take the dogs for a walk if they, scratch at the door. Lead generation is hands down, without a doubt. No competition. Your number one, most important thing to do in order to succeed in this business. Therefore, you must mark off time to do it and do it well. There are 4 key things you can do to protect your lead generation time block once you see it. Set it. Build a bunker. Find somewhere to work that takes you out of the path of disruption and interruption. Where will you work to avoid distractions? Have provisions. Have supplies, materials, snacks, beverages you need on hand to avoid leaving your bunker. What provisions you have in place, food or water, etc. Sweep for minds means anything that will distract you or take you off your focus. Turn off your phone, shut down your email, and exit your internal browser. What distractions will you remove? Enlist support. Tell those most likely to seek you out what you're doing and when you'll be available. Who will you help and help you? You can also get these great tips in the One book. Those of you who are familiar with that. How has your thinking changed? What ideas or mindsets are new? Tell you what, kids, I am running close to my time. We're going to talk about the success system. And I know a few of y'all have talked about this. Anybody else? Okay, as we're wrapping up our learning session, transition to our success system. Let's do a quick review and capture ahas. We talked a lot about what you're already doing to lead generate, what you can add to your everyday routine, and how important time blocking for focused lead generating is. How's your mindset now? What are your questions or concerns, if any? What are your ahas from today? I'd like to hear from 2 or 3 of you. Come on, somebody's got something. What's something you do on a regular basis where you interact with other people?
Hey, John.
Hey,
This is
Tammy.
Tammy. Yeah,
Hey.
what I get of the whole thing, running your business like a business is lead generation is key, and it's consistency. Time blocking it, making sure that you do it, and what are the top 3 things that we do consistently, and track it so that we know the results, how it's going, and
What's
keep
working and what's not?
what's working and what's not. Yeah, why be, there's no reason if it's not effective. And so it's a major reminder here of what we all need to do on a regular basis. You said early on, I've been in the business 15 years and I've never ran it like a business. And you get busy, you get on track and you're lead generating, and then suddenly you get contracts and and clients, and you forget about it. And then all of a sudden you close that
Yep.
out and there's nothing in the pipeline. And so you have to constantly, just like bidding jobs, if you're a contractor, if you're not out bidding jobs, when you finish one, you don't have another one to start. So today's been
Yep.
wonderful, John. Thank you for doing this despite the snow.
Well, thank you. I drove into the office. No, I'm just kidding. Hopefully we can in the next day or 2, though. I like it better in the classroom, class participation. That way, if somebody's falling asleep, I can, go over there and
Wake them up.
wake them up. Yeah, shake them a little bit.
Oh, it's always
Um,
better in person, but this was good, and I appreciate you. I'm glad
yeah.
everyone's safe in our areas.
Well, thank y'all. I appreciate it. Appreciate that. But like, favorite barista, favorite place to go get something to, place to get lunch, any of that stuff. Um, favorite antique store, any of that stuff, whatever you go do, you do that on a regular basis. There's people, everywhere you look, there's people. And they all either have a house, want another house, want to move to a different neighborhood. Even if they want updates, you can help them with that kind of stuff, once you get a vendor list of contractors and everything. Okay. What would you say your call to action would be? Be connect with your SOI and ask for additional contact information and referrals, expand your relationships with casual acquaintances, join a group to meet new people. Any of y'all gonna put some of these things in action? I'll take that as a yes. All right. Thank y'all for sharing. Really appreciate it. We talked about the system. Okay. And of course, always check the do not call registry for making calls. Each day in Ignite, you grow in how you think, feel, and act and implement what you've learned. From learning and ahas, you move toward achievement of your big life. And that's what we're here for, right? To achieve our big goals. Write down your participant guide, how you've grown in each of these areas. Go back and look at that from time to time. Taking the time to reflect on what you've learned is important in building your confidence and celebrating your growth. We'll do this activity after each learning session so that you can keep track of your learning journey. And now we move to our important success system. We've talked about that numerous times. Did y'all role play in the other sessions?
No.
Okay, yeah. I didn't think it allowed enough time for that. I just want to make sure. I engage every conversation in the spirit of contribution, and people are happy to be in relationship with me. Of course, the first job in real estate is lead generation, because the activity of generating leads is the foundation of your business. In addition, practicing conversations and dialogue will prepare you for success. That is, appointments, signed agreements, signed contracts, and sales closed. Of course, before we must get involved in conversations with our sphere and lead generating, we must remember to comply with the TCA and do not call registry regulations. We review this every Ignite session because it is critical to protect you and yourself and the market center from any legal action. Make this a permanent habit, following all guidelines for calling and texting people. Today, you're going to be making calls to your sphere and people in your database. Before you make any calls or texts, please remember to honor the TCPA and do not call list, including those of your market center and state. If you have any questions or concerns about this, please consult your market center or attorney to ensure compliance. Refer to the pages at the beginning of your participant guide for more details. These guidelines are for your protection as well as the protection of your clients. Let's review the importance of the Telephone Consumer Protection Act and the do not call restrictions before you make calls. Everybody have that in their participant guide, right? The do not call list and everything. Okay. Okay, remember, remember everyone, the important thing is, like I said earlier, always do your lead generation. A lot of us, we don't do it. We get caught up in the fun things or the things that, you know, we have to do. And that's another thing you can do. A lot of us, we get caught up if we have too many transactions. Like I was talking to y'all earlier, we might have a few buyers we're working with, a couple of transactions, and other other things come up. You need to a lot of things we do. You need to use your systems and tools. And one of the tools we can use is like a transaction company. We use Two Gals and Laptop. They do a great job. That can be taken out of the market center, can take that out of your commission also at the end. So it's another great resource. They can take everything over. You just turn the contract over to them. They'll take everything over. They can handle your commissions, everything. It's a great thing. You don't have to worry about. They text you and email you and the clients like when the due diligence period's up, what utilities need to be taken care of. Don't forget that. Don't forget your final walkthrough, all that stuff. So it's a really great resource. I've been using them now for the past year, and it's made a tremendous difference in my business. So use some resources so you don't quit lead generating. Lead generate every day. Like I said, even if you start at a half hour or you say you want to have 5 conversations, that's fine. At the end of the week, that'll be 25 conversations. That's not a bad start. You know, you have to start somewhere, and don't give up on it. If something gets distracting and you realize it, then that's what you have to get rid of that, because you can't quit your lead generating. Also, audit, like Tammy and I were talking about earlier. A lot of us, when we first start out, we don't treat it like a business. We just treat it like, it's we get caught up in the transaction side of it instead of lead generating and working on our business. And we have to audit things, even like the lead generating, see what works, what doesn't work, the things we like to work on or work with, and things like that. Anybody got any other questions, comments? Next time we do this, y'all gonna have to participate. I appreciate the ones that did participate. And I apologize for the monotone earlier. All right. Everybody have a great day. Go lead generate.
Thank you, John, so
Thank you so
much.
much, John.
Thanks,
Thanks.
John.
Thanks.
I
Bye-bye.
found it very interesting myself, not boring at all. So thank you.
Well, thank you. Appreciate it. Thanks. Y'all have a great day. Go lead
You
generate.
too.
Thank you. You too.
Here, buddy.